We think we have the animal kingdom all figured out. Predator, prey, survival of the fittest, all that stuff. But what if I told you that sometimes the laws of nature just pause? It sounds like something out of a movie, right? But for a broken wolf in Montana and an eagle circling high above him, it was completely real. We're going to dive into this hidden language, a language of gratitude that we're only just starting to understand. So, yeah, what if there's something else going on? A deeper instinct, a kind of loyalty that just doesn't make sense on paper. And these aren't just a few cute stories. No, these are incredible glimpses into a connection that goes way beyond species, beyond biology, beyond everything we thought we knew. And for our first story, we're heading to Montana. This is where a simple trail camera caught something so wild, so unbelievable, it basically flips the laws of nature on their head. It's a story about a pact between two animals that should have been mortal enemies. Okay, so picture this. A wolf, a powerful apex predator, is now the definition of helpless. He's been hit by a car, he's dragged himself off the road, and he's just lying there, hurt, scared, and totally alone. For all intents and purposes, this is where his story should end. But believe it or not, this is actually where it begins. The very next day, a trail cam catches something impossible. A trout literally falls out of the sky and lands right next to the wolf. And who dropped it? An eagle. The wolf's natural rival is feeding him. And this wasn't a one-time thing. It kept happening. A full week later, some hikers finally find the wolf, somehow still alive, and get him to a rehab center. But his unlikely friend, well, he wasn't about to give up that easily. So at the center, the wolf's body started to heal. But the staff noticed something was off. His spirit was just gone. He was quiet, withdrawn. It was more than just physical pain. He was clearly suffering emotionally. It's a powerful reminder that for these animals, the psychological healing is just as important. He was missing someone. Meanwhile, outside, the eagle began a full-on search mission. The staff started noticing the same eagle every single day, circling the building, landing on the roof, pacing back and forth, even trying to peer into the windows. They had no idea what was going on until they moved the wolf to an outdoor enclosure. And this is the moment it all clicked. The eagle spotted him instantly. The staff, probably in disbelief, opened the enclosure door, and the eagle just walked right in. There was no fear, no tension, none of that predator-prey instinct. Just this quiet, incredible sense of familiarity, like two old friends just picking up where they left off. And the story doesn't even end there. After they were both released back into the wild, the eagle kept an eye on the wolf. But it also decided to thank the humans. Staff would be walking in the parking lot, and bam, fish would just start raining from the sky. It's hilarious, but it's also this amazing sign that animals remember kindness. They really, really do. Now, this deep, almost psychic knowing isn't just something that happened out in the wild. We actually see it all the time in our own world, especially in some of the most stressful places for an animal. I mean, think about an animal shelter. It's loud, it's chaotic, it's overwhelming. And yet, right in the middle of all that chaos, something magical can happen. A dog surrounded by people will just lock eyes with one specific person, and it's like the rest of the world disappears. You can just hear the awe in that person's voice as they realize, this dog is choosing me. And here it is again. It's this magnetic pull. The dog walks past everyone else in the room and makes a beeline for one person, as if to say, oh, there you are. I've been looking for you. It's this instant, unbreakable bond. And let's be clear, this isn't just a dog getting excited. It's a conscious decision. The animal is picking up on an energy, a scent, a feeling of safety that they just know. They are choosing their person just as much as we are choosing them. And that connection, it's born from this deep, undeniable intuition. So, what happens when that incredible bond is put to the ultimate test? I'm talking about a full-on natural disaster. Our next story is about a dog who survived the impossible, all because he was anchored by the memory of his family. 15. Just look at that number. Let it sink in for a second, because what it represents is almost impossible to comprehend. 15 days. That's how long a dog named Idol was buried alive under hot, suffocating volcanic ash after an eruption. I mean, by every law of science, he should not have survived. The heat, the lack of air, no food, no water, it's an absolute miracle. And when his family finally dug him out, This is what was left. He was skin and bones. He was so weak he could barely lift his head. He was right on the very edge of death. But here's the part that just gets me. He hadn't just, survived by some fluke. He had waited. He held on because he was waiting for them. That bond with his family was a psychological anchor. It was the one thing that gave him the will to endure something that should have been unsurvivable. And his first instinct wasn't to find food or water. It was to reach for the people he loved. So what is this? What's this incredible force that makes a predator feed its enemy? A shelter dog find its person in a crowd, and a family pet wait under tons of ash. Let's try to give it a name. Let's call it the imprint of gratitude. The source material has this beautiful term for it, the quiet flame. It's this idea that a rescued animal's devotion is so deep because it's constantly fueled by the memory of what they were saved from. They don't forget the hunger or the fear, and that memory, it creates this powerful, lasting loyalty. So here's how it seems to work. First, they remember the darkness, what life was like before. Then they recognize the light, the safety, the warmth, the simple kindness they get every day now. And it's that constant contrast between then and now that ignites that quiet flame inside them, teaching them it's safe to trust and it's safe to love again. When you really think about it, all these stories show us that rescue is never a one-way street. It's not just us saving them. We're entering into a kind of sacred agreement. They see something in us worth choosing too. It's a mutual decision that changes both of you forever. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. To the pets in our lives, we didn't just give them a home with a comfy bed and some food. We gave them their entire universe. We were the ones who brought them out of the darkness. So the real question is, what have they taught us in return about what it means to be resilient, to be loyal, and to